Since 1970, the Coalition for Clean Air has grown from living room discussions among Los Angeles air quality advocates to California's foremost statewide air quality organization. CCA has worked ever since to restore California's air quality through advocacy, outreach, and education. CCA's story is one of people willing to take on the impossible and conquer air pollution in California. We spearheaded California's original smog check program, which today reduces 100 tons of air pollution every day, and we helped pass California's landmark global warming laws. Unfortunately, 90% of Californians still breathe air that violates federal health standards. Polluted air stunts lung development enough that a California newborn in a polluted city can expect to grow up with only 80% of their lung capacity. The toxins that give smog its murky brown haze also trigger serious illnesses such as cancer, heart disease, and asthma. Smog is estimated to cause nearly 10,000 premature deaths each year in California. Since our inception, we've made incredible progress. Our air is much better than it was in the 1970s, but the job is not done. While getting to clean air is not going to be easy, we know it's not impossible. Our current objectives focus on combating California's climate crisis, cleaning up pollution from cars, ships, trains, and trucks, and promoting efficient and renewable sources of energy. In order to realize our objectives, at least two conditions need to be in place. First, we must create, implement, and enforce strong, effective, and responsible programs and policies. And second, we must build broad-based public support for clean air. We will use our strengths to achieve these goals. Our organization's strengths include our scientific and technical expertise, our influence with decision makers, our history of success, and collaborative efforts that bring new voices to the debate. These strengths put us in the best position to conquer climate change, address air pollution from transportation sources, and achieve clean energy. The Coalition for Clean Air uses its unique position as the only statewide organization focused solely on air quality to leverage success. Because of California's term limits for elected officials, adverse economic conditions, and multi-ethnic demographic landscape, it's impossible to address the state's air quality pollution problems without building a broad and diverse base of support. Coalition for Clean Air has an innovative collaborative model that recruits, educates, and guides diverse stakeholders through the air advocacy process. CCA and other stakeholders are able to achieve mutual benefits, such as protecting public health, growing California's green economy, and maintaining workers' rights while cleaning the air. Only by uniting Californians can we effectively achieve our mission of clean air. We might be small, but we are mighty. Our diverse, multilingual staff has more than 130 combined years of air quality experience, including a former Cal EPA Deputy Secretary, and I'm serving as the Governor's appointee to the South Coast Air Quality Management District Governing Board. In addition, we are very proud of our statewide presence in Los Angeles, Sacramento, and Fresno, where we are the only mainstream environmental organization with full-time staff in the San Joaquin Valley. Coalition for Clean Air leads California's air improvement efforts with agility and hypervigilance to respond to ever-changing conditions. CCA employs a variety of tactics and strategies. For example, we provide written comments and testify at agency hearings. We publish reports and policy white papers exposing problems and outlining solutions. And we work with reporters and use social media to build public support. As a result, we have succeeded in securing more than 15 nationally groundbreaking laws and policies, including the nation's first ban on smog-forming dry cleaning agents, and secured more than $2 billion in funding for air quality improvements, such as cleaner school buses and the replacement of dirty diesel trucks. All of our strategies focus on creating the greatest impact in the shortest amount of time while protecting California's economy. By supporting new technologies and creating smart policies, we believe it is possible to have a robust economy and healthy air. In the end, it comes down to combining common sense and innovation to achieve clean air. We measure our ultimate success by the quality of California's air. Our success, however, is often determined by factors outside of our control. So we also evaluate our program's effectiveness in part by measuring process data, such as number of meetings attended and materials and reports distributed. We also gauge our success through evidence of intended outcomes, such as references to our research, our recommendations incorporated into policy, as well as the level of stakeholder engagement shown through participation at hearings, letters of support sent, and meetings with decision makers. We also measure how much media attention our policy objectives and our organization receives through both traditional and social media. Through rigorous analysis, we continually make strategic and tactical adjustments throughout the course of a campaign to improve our effectiveness. At Coalition for Clean Air, we are, in part, a victim of our own success. Many people mistakenly believe that we've tackled the clean air problem in California. It is true that our air is much cleaner than it was more than 40 years ago when our organization was founded. The job is not done. As we've cleaned up the air, we've also discovered that we've underestimated the adverse health impacts of polluted air. It's much more dangerous than we used to believe. If there was one thing I'd like the public to know, it's that breathing the air in California cuts years off of your life, and we still have a long way to go. There are also misperceptions about our organization. The most common one is that we're a big organization with lots of money. This creates the expectation that we can be everywhere and do everything when it comes to air quality issues in California. That's a demand on our resources that we just can't fill. We certainly wish we could. A few highlights from the Coalition for Clean Air's many accomplishments include requiring major grocery chains to reduce pollution at their distribution centers, persuading the governor to spend $50 million on cleaner school buses, and securing the nation's first ban on a smog-forming dry cleaning chemical. We also co-sponsored California's Clean Car Standards, which reduces greenhouse gases emitted from cars and is the model for the new federal emission standards. In Southern California, we secured the adoption of the landmark Clean Trucks program at the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach. In addition, the Coalition for Clean Air spearheaded California's Smog Check program in the 1980s, which became the standard for car pollution reduction programs across the country. After more than 40 years of advocating for clean air, we've had many successes. We continue to strive for more clean air victories, and we are on the road to making clean air a reality. At Coalition for Clean Air, our primary challenge in the coming years stems from the rhetoric used by our opponents, falsely and short-sightedly pitting clean air against jobs. Polluting industries, our main opponents, have virtually limitless resources to fight our efforts. They employ an army of lobbyists and lawyers, and use the weakened economy as a reason to avoid, delay, and even roll back our successes. They often scare regulators and policymakers into supporting bad proposals. In addition, we have to deal with an overly complex regulatory structure. Local, regional, state, and federal agencies all have different types and levels of authority and responsibility. They often don't get along, and we're stuck with finger-pointing, tension, and wrangling among these regulators and policymakers. We navigate these challenges by using our strengths: broad-based public support, knowledgeable staff, persistence, and the moral high ground. We build coalitions and bring policymakers and regulators together to focus on our common goals. We've also beaten polluters and overcome bureaucratic inertia by engaging and integrating new voices from outside of the environmental movement. The recession has hit almost all public interest organizations hard. Coalition for Clean Air is no exception. With additional resources, we would improve our outreach and education efforts, expand our membership, reinstate our volunteer programs, and provide community organizations with the resources and services they need. As an example, let me tell you about our signature annual event, the Clean Air Roundtable. Each year, we bring local, state, and national advocacy groups together. We coordinate, educate, and strategize on clean air policy in California for the coming year. This event is the only gathering of advocates in California to work exclusively on state and local air initiatives. Attendees find the day so useful that many have expressed a desire for more frequent meetings, the expansion of the Clean Air Roundtable to a 2-day event, and the addition of regional events to discuss key issues in more detail. Unfortunately, we currently do not have the resources to improve and expand this valuable program. In addition, we need to expand our in-house capacity with a full-time staff member with technical expertise, such as an engineer or scientist, to provide the quality research and insight that can make the critical difference between winning and losing. With your support, we can expand our reach and ensure our future includes healthy lungs, blue skies, and a cool planet. The Coalition for Clean Air is in a life and death David versus Goliath battle. After more than 40 years for fighting for clean air in California, we know that there will always be more that we can do. There are 3 key gaps that we need to address. First, we need to build our membership. This will help with funding and increase the influence of public opinion on air quality decisions. Second, we would like to work more closely with those businesses developing and using new clean air technologies. These companies need to be able to get their new technologies into the marketplace faster, and they need our help to do it. If they succeed, we can have clean air and green jobs. Third and finally, we would like to initiate a program to assist the public in making clean air choices. Every day, we make decisions that have air quality consequences, from the purchase of a car to buying locally grown food. We'd like to educate the public to take clean air into account when making decisions. The time to start laying the groundwork for our future vision is now. The state's rapidly changing economy and demographics require us to be responsive and anticipate the challenges that lay ahead. As California's only statewide organization dedicated to clean air, we must improve our organization to meet those challenges head on. With your support, we can make air quality a reality.